Hey guys, it's Sicko here, and today we're going to be reviewing the Arye RCC-1. But before we get into it, first things first, I want to give out a huge thank you to Lethal Gaming Gear for sending me the review unit of the RCC-1, and a massive shout out to Elgato for providing all of the gear that I'm using to record this video. Key light on my left, wavelength 3 microphone that I'm using to speak right now, and the Facecam 4K that I'm using to record this video. So huge thank you to Elgato for investing in my YouTube channel. With that being said, let's get into the review. All right, now on to the review. So after 3 years of development, a few delays, complete redesigns, the Arye RCC-1 is finally here, and I can confidently say this isn't just another clone masquerading as innovation. It's genuinely one of the most unique gaming mouse shapes to hit the market in a while. But does this automatically make it one of the best mice to use in general? No, absolutely not. It's far from perfect. Hardly any mouse is. But let's get into it. So before we get into the actual review, I did want to briefly talk about the packaging and unboxing of the RCC-1. I think it's so cool. It has a very nice minimalist industrial look to it. Very simple yet effective in expressing coolness, as I would say. So when you unbox the RCC-1, you are treated first with a really sturdy metal card that has all sorts of information on the mouse itself and the number of the mouse that you get. In my case, I got 1,998 out of 2,000. So 2,000 of these were made. I want to say that's pretty exclusive. So if you're one of the owners of this mouse or considering buying one, you will be in very good company. So after that, you have this black envelope. There's the mouse you can see. But in the black envelope, you have some goodies, stickers. This is going on my Yeti for sure. You have the mouse skates, and you have dot skates. My personal preference for any mouse are dot skates. And you have a nice cleaning cloth. Very nice. It feels like felt. It's thin, but it gets the job done. And you get a manual. And admittedly, I did not read the manual. I rarely do, but it's good that they included that there for people who need to get into the manual. And once you're done with all that, you get the mouse itself, the RCC-1, arguably the coolest looking mouse of the year. Arguably the coolest looking mouse of the year. And you get the dongle. At first, I thought the dongle would have a screen, but it doesn't. I think the first version of the RCC-1 did have a screen on the dongle. That would have been cool, but this one doesn't have a screen. Totally fine. It still looks aesthetic and simple and clean. And in here at the bottom, you get the USB cable. Trapezoid design with aggressive inward curves. Unlike typical mice that flare outward at the front, this one narrows dramatically. Most mice look like they're flexing their muscles forward. The RCC-1 is essentially doing yoga, pulling everything inward, which gives it a very lean and slim feeling grip. The design excels for claw and fingertip grips. If you use palm, you might not feel at home here because the hump is quite low. For medium-sized hands and relaxed claw grip users, I want to say it feels almost custom molded, at least for me, because I prefer small ambidextrous mice, and this one just feels incredible to hold. At 46 grams, I want to say it's in the ultralight category. The carbon fiber and nylon composite creates a very solid and confident feeling build despite its weight. There is a catch though. It's slightly front heavy and that affects rapid movements, although I wouldn't say it takes away from the overall experience of the mouse. I just felt like that's something that needs to be said. In terms of build quality and coating, the carbon fiber reinforced plastic gives the RCC-1 a premium feel. Unlike hollow budget ultralights, this mouse feels substantial. And considering the price tag, it should. The smooth rubberized coating stays grippy and keeps hand grime away. If you've seen my previous mouse reviews, you know that I am a neat freak. I need the mouse to feel clean the whole time I'm using it. If it doesn't, I will be tempted to wipe it down with alcohol. And the coating of the RCC-1 stays dry and smooth and matte throughout all my gaming sessions. So even after weeks of use, it still looks and feels new. TC mini mechanical switches feel good on the sides. I just wish they use them on the main clicks too. That would have been really good. The scroll wheel feels satisfying to use. It's smooth, it's metal. It uses a TTC gold encoder. And strangely enough, it's one of the best parts of the RCC-1. The scroll wheel is just so masterfully done here that I just have to give them 5 stars for the wheel alone. It's just very nice to actuate, very nice to press. And it doesn't feel like it's going to break over time. It feels solid. It feels good. And this is as premium as it gets. Now for the sensor, I'm not really going to get into it. I'm just going to tell you that it uses a PixArt 3950, which is one of the best sensors you can put on a mouse right now. And I feel the same way about mice as I do about keyboards. It's very rare to see a gaming mouse that doesn't work, that doesn't perform well, that doesn't do 8,000 polling. The RCC-1 is no different. The sensor feels consistent, it feels fast, and it feels responsive. And I've had zero issues with any kind of tracking, skipping, or freezing. And I haven't had any issues across all the cloth mouse pads I have and all the glass pads I have. I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I am going to tell you that it just works. You can do 8,000 polling, but I say this all the time, 8,000 is overkill. Anything above 2,000 is overkill. I keep it at 2,000. That's the sweet spot for me. And I heard that from Melon. Melon was the one who told me to do 2,000. So shout out Melon. I use 2,000 polling now every time because of him. And if you wanted to, get into the sensor a little bit more on a more academic and scientific level, then you can check out Aim Adapt's review. That guy is fantastic at doing hyper intelligent academic reviews. I, however, am a filthy casual, so I'm just going to keep things simple and tell you if it works or it doesn't work. And I am happy to report that the sensor of the RCC-1 just works. Okay, now I want to say my favorite part of every mouse review that I've done so far is talking about how they perform in games. So if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that the RCC-1 is the mouse that carried me into Ascendant 1. I have been hard stuck Diamond 3 for as long as I can remember. And when I switched to the RCC-1, of course, it's purely circumstantial, right? It just so happened I was using the RCC-1 when I finally hit Ascendant 1. But I feel like that's worth noting regardless. So in Valorant, the RCC-1's narrow front end is actually the biggest advantage for a game like Valorant that requires precision aiming, because it just allows a better grasp on your aim because it's slim towards the front. So it allows you to hold the mouse almost like a pointer, a very sharp and very concise pointer. Micro adjustments and fine control come naturally, but rapid flicks do feel a little bit I feel like they require a little bit more effort because it is front heavy. But for micro adjustments, like I said, the front heaviness helps with stopping. So this is a satisfying mouse to use for Valorant. For Black Ops 6, I mean, you know, it's great. It's fine. Black Ops 6 for me personally just it's just a casual game, and almost any mouse that I've used with that game has felt good except maybe you know what? I'm not going to name that mouse. But this mouse in particular feels great for Black Ops 6. For Borderlands 4, don't even get me started. It's perfect for a chaotic game like that. Although I do like to play Borderlands 4 like I play Valorant, slow, methodical, calculated, even though Borderlands 4 gameplay requires or encourages you to be chaotic. I just do not play that game chaotically because the game itself already just has so much going on. So the RCC-1 does come with downloadable software. Yes, I know. Unfortunately, Arye did not have a web app ready to go when this mouse launched, but I want to say they're working on it because I feel web apps are the absolute standard. I do not like installing software on my computer, especially for mice and keyboards. I think that's just a waste of space. But that is not to throw Arye's software under the bus. It does everything you need it to. It's a quick install, clean install, file size is small, and it looks cool. It fits the branding, it fits the look of the mouse, and it does everything you need it to. Okay, let's do some pros and cons, and let's start with the pros first. Genuinely unique shape that works for claw and fingertip grips, premium build materials and excellent coating, flawless sensor and wireless performance, premium aesthetics and thoughtful design. I mean, look at that. That thing is just absolutely gorgeous. And lightweight build and solid feel. So some cons, the main switches are a bit soft, but they are going to fix that for the next drop, so that's good. Side buttons are flush, and I think a lot of people appreciate it more if they stick out and are easier to find. Front heavy, but it could be an advantage for some. Shape is not universal either. This is a very unique and niche shape, but I'm confident that anyone that decides to give the RCC-1 a chance, I think they'll end up liking it. And no web app. And last but not least, it is an expensive mouse. It's 170. So I want to say this is a boutique product because of the scarcity and the price. All right, now for the final verdict. Should you buy the RCC-1? Well, I want to say this mouse is made for players who want something truly different. If you prefer a lightweight mouse with a unique shape, especially for claw or fingertip grip styles, this mouse brings something new to the table. Premium materials, flexible grip support, and a sensor that works. I mean, they all do, right? I don't even know why I threw that in there, but they all work. But anyway, I digress. The RCC-1 is a strong pick for anyone that is looking to add something new, unique, and fresh to their rotation of mice. So, pick this mouse if you want a distinctive feel, if you're experimenting with your grip, or if you appreciate finely tuned lightweight gear. If you prefer classic shapes, deep palm support, and a web app, then you may want to keep looking. But if you're willing to see past those things, if you're willing to try something new, then I don't think you can go wrong with the RCC-1. Is $175 a big ask? Absolutely. We all have to work hard for our money. And when we buy things that are for hobbies like gaming mice and keyboards, expenses like these, we have to think about carefully and thoughtfully, right? And I'm not going to tell you to run out of the house right now or hop onto their website and buy this mouse. But if you do have the budget for it, and if you want something new and fresh and cool, then I think your money would be going towards something really great. And there you have it. There's my RCC1 video review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you watched till the end. If you did, thank you. And thank you to Lethal Gaming Gear for sending out this review unit. Thank you for Elgato for powering the YouTube channel with all the gear I'm using to record. And of course, thank you for watching and subscribing, and I will see you next time.